local all morning. The Fox 61 Morning News starts now.
And right now at 6 o'clock, police still looking for answers after a woman was killed while crossing the Berlin Turnpike. We'll have a report from the scene ahead.
Candidates for Connecticut's U.S. Senate seat debating the issues ahead of the midterms.
And inflation impacting just about everybody's life, from housing to sports. We'll share more on how the American consumer continues to get slammed.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. Thanks for being with us here at Fox 61. We're glad you're here. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning, everybody. Really starting to look towards the weekend like we do on every Thursday and
or Tuesday or Wednesday.
I'm thinking Thursdays when I do it, but when the forecast looks as good as it looks now, oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it is nice and crisp out there.
You kind of want to savor what we have now. We'll get to the weekend when we get to the weekend, but you're absolutely right. Some of us, like Eric and I, start a little earlier than you, Tim. That's okay. Good morning to you both. Not a bad start. It is a little crisp out there because the temperatures, for a change, are actually just about where they need to be. A cool start to your Thursday forecast. Well, cool by comparison still. Big sun streak continuing. Going to talk about eventually a bigger cool down, but not yet. Here are the numbers. 38 is not bad in Hartford. That's about normal for an early November morning. 46 in New Haven, 43 in Groton. Look at Waterbury. 50 degrees. Winds out of the northeast, fairly light out there, and still on the big board, nothing coming this way. We'll go right to the school bus forecast. The kids might feel a little noticeably chilled this morning. The high schoolers this hour at the bus, 38 degrees. Now, later on, loads of sunshine, still well above normal as we get into the mid-60s. Just a twitch, a degree or two cooler than yesterday. We'll fix that in time for the weekend as we talk about that in detail coming up. Lauren, what you got on the roads at 6:02?
Everyone's bodies are going to be confused this weekend.
Absolutely.
Because, yeah. Can't wait for it. Good morning, everyone. Not a whole lot to get to out on the roads. No incidents to report. That is some good news here at 6:02. Good morning to you. Here in the Hartford area, 91, 84, Route 2, all looking good. A little bit of delay on that eastbound side of I-84 over in East Hartford, but really nothing to complain about. Also, as you're approaching the Hartford Tunnel, you'll definitely be tapping the brakes just a little bit. But overall, things are looking good. Taking a live look out in Hartford right now, I-91 north and southbound moving just fine. Over Windsor to the I-84 interchange coming into the capital city from the opposite direction, things are looking good as well. Like I said, a little bit of delay as you branch off to I-84. Waterbury moving smooth. New Haven drive times 91 and into Fairfield County via I-95. Things are also looking good for the time being. We'll check back in coming up at 6:30. Tim and Erica, back over to you.
Oh, yeah. Breaking news from overnight. Police said they eventually caught a man who forcefully took an infant from its mother and then took off. This happened in Boston at the South Station overnight. The man and the baby were finally found 30 minutes later. They were 6 miles away in Medford. The 1-month-old baby boy was unharmed and is back with mom this morning. The man is in custody, as we said. No charges have been announced at this point. But get this, transit police said the man was a relative of the infant and didn't elaborate further. So we'll keep you updated once we learn more.
Well, 6:03 developing right now. Weathersfield police are investigating after a woman was hit and killed by a car on the Berlin Turnpike. It happened near Pawtucket Avenue.
Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live in Weathersfield with details from police as to what happened. Brooke, good morning.
Well, good morning to you both. Weathersfield police tell us that that woman was trying to cross the Berlin Turnpike whenever she was unfortunately hit by a car. They say it happened just past 8 o'clock last night near Pawtucket Avenue. Officers tell us that the woman was trying to cross that turnpike when she was hit. They say that the driver stayed at the scene and did cooperate with police during their investigation. Police say whenever they arrived, they found the woman lying on the ground with serious injuries. They took her to the hospital, but say she unfortunately did die from those injuries. This is one of 4 people hit and killed by a car across Connecticut in just the past week. Each of the incidents are being investigated by police and are not related. Now, they have not released the woman's name or age at this time, but Weathersfield police are asking if anybody has any sort of information on this accident or if they even may have witnessed it, they would like you to give them a call. Live in Weathersfield, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61 News.
Okay, Brooke, thank you for that update. Something we're going to have to keep an eye on moving forward. Well, last night, the final and only debate between the two nominees, candidates for U.S. Senate, the one Senate seat that's open here in Connecticut, they took center stage.
Democratic incumbent Richard Blumenthal and Republican challenger Leora Levy facing off in Rocky Hill. Now, this comes just 5 days from the midterm elections. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc joining us now with a full recap. Julia, good morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah, this is one of the most watched races here in our state and really across the country. Both candidates making their final plea to Connecticut voters last night, touching on issues like the economy, abortion, and the war in Ukraine. Now, in opening statements, U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal says stakes are high right now with inflation, price gouging, and reproductive rights and democracy on the line. He says he wants to lower costs, cut taxes, protect Social Security, and restore reproductive freedoms. Now, his opponent, Leora Levy, says she has a different view of America and Connecticut. Her focus is also on inflation and gas prices, but she also brought up what she says is an invasion at our border. And when it comes to education, she says we need to do better. So what will each candidate do about the cost issues that we are facing right now?
I pushed President Biden to release more strategic petroleum reserve. He did it. Prices came down. My opponent opposed it. I think we need to cut taxes.
First thing I would do is to stop the spending. A Republican majority will not fund the 87,000 IRS agents. It will not reduce inflation, and it will not affect climate change.
Now, things heated up after the debate, too. Levy did not take any questions from the press, which her campaign reps says they agreed to do ahead of time. That same person says she didn't take any follow-ups because she felt like she, quote, won the debate. Now, how did the candidates feel about other issues like crime here in our state? Stick with us throughout the morning as we continue this recap. Tim and Eric, I will send it back to you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Julia. And Fox 61 has it covered leading up to Election Day next week. Right now, all you have to do is text the word VOTE to the number on your screen right now, 860-527-6161. Once you do that, we're automatically going to send you back a link with our Fox 61 voter guide. And that has all the information on the races taking place this November, plus important information you need to know if you're going to cast your ballot. Again, text VOTE to 860-527-6161.
Right now at 6, the Wethersfield Town Council is considering a proposal that would require most flags flown on town property to get approval to go up. This includes pride flags and the flags of other countries. Flags like the American flag, our state flag, and the POW/MIA flags would be automatically allowed under the proposal from Wethersfield Town Manager. If it's passed later this month, the community would be able to comment when flag proposals are brought forward.
It's their property. We should have a say in what goes on it. It's actually our property.
So long as it represents what the town's values are, I think it could certainly be appropriate.
It's just one of many flag flying conversations being had across the state. The Stonington Board of Ed voted last week to allow pride flags to be hung in classrooms after some parents voiced concerns. The Southington and Tolland town councils passed ordinances limiting what flags can go on town property to ones like the U.S. flag and the Connecticut flag. South Windsor and Colchester have similar policies to what Wethersfield is currently looking into.
All new this morning, nobody won the Powerball jackpot. So if you forgot to buy your tickets, don't worry.
Yeah, well, of course, if you did, the odds are not in your favor. I've been telling you, every ticket has about a 1 in 292 million chance of winning. But even though that's effectively a 0% chance of winning, somebody's going to. The chance that somebody eventually is going to have that ticket come through is effectively 100%. And right now, someone is going to win at least $1.5 billion, almost a world record amount. In case you missed it, here's the winning numbers: 2, 11, 22, 35, 60, and the Powerball is 23.
And just before last night's drawing, Fox 61 went around asking people what they would do if they won the jackpot, if they would take the lump sum or the annuity option. 2 people we spoke with gave their reasons.
I want royalties for life. I'm gonna take the payments. You know what I'm saying? I want that steady cash flow I ain't gotta think about, you know.
I'm going to take it up front because I might not be here tomorrow and my kids need that money. I'm going to take it up front, one lump sum.
I don't think it matters what
Yeah,
you do. It's just way
$1.5
too
billion, it
much
doesn't
money
matter.
anyways. And in case you're wondering, the next Powerball drawing is going to be this Saturday night, 10:59 on our sister station, the CW20.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good conversation to have when you're talking about 10 million, 20 million, $1.5 billion. Okay.
No.
Whatever. It's stupid money. In installments, it's just installments of stupid money. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. I want more because it's already not enough.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, listen, if you're looking to change the world, I mean, you could invest it and it'd just take like
True.
3% returns from a lump sum and just for life essentially have installments. I get that, but we're just talking about such huge amounts either way.
Help
It's not
fund
gonna
the
affect
country.
your-
I don't know. Yeah.
Right, something.